It's one of the most loved films in recent history. Touching, moving, gripping, all adjectives which correctly describe the movie, Forrest Gump. Well, did you know some of the scenes from Forrest Gump were shot here in northern Arizona? Downtown Flagstaff also appears in the film. 20 years ago this week, Forrest Gump was released in theaters. NAZ Today reporter Sierra Ferguson takes us back in time to look at the film.
Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. And it was 20 years ago today that Tom Hanks first read that line on the big screen in front of the entire country. Now, some of the film, Forrest Gump, was actually shot here in Flagstaff, down this very street. I'm on North San Francisco. And so now what we're going to do is take you through some of the sets in the film and a little bit of the movie's history. Come along. Not only did the 1994 Robert Zemeckis film stop in Flagstaff, it also won 6 Oscars. NAU professor of film Paul Helford tells us his thoughts on the movie's triumphs.
Well, Forrest Gump is a movie based on a novel by Winston Groom, and it's just beautifully done and state-of-the-art technology that's not used in an in-your-face type of way. The technology is used to insert Forrest, Tom Hanks' character, into actual newsreel footage and other footage with major players of the day like Richard Nixon, JFK, Lyndon Johnson. But in this case, you have Tom Hanks as Forrest Gump being a witness to time. I think the tagline for the movie was something like, "See the world through the eyes of Forrest Gump."
I'm standing here at the abandoned truck stop at Twin Arrows. You can obviously see how much things can change in 20 years because when Forrest Gump ran through this area, he actually crossed and took the path where the barrier that I'm standing next to sits today. Because the Flagstaff area made cameo appearances in films like Forrest Gump, you might be wondering why more movies aren't being made in the state.
The state of Arizona does not have a tax incentive program, nor does the state have a statewide film office to help coordinate productions that happen across jurisdictions.
Heather Ainardi says a group of constituents, including NAU, are working to turn things around and bring the film industry back. But in the meantime, Forrest Gump shows us how films can affect tourists years after their release.
We have are so iconic. We actually get a lot of questions on the tourism side of, well, where was this filmed, or where specifically did this happen? So we're directing people to those on a regular basis. Well, IMDb has voted Forrest Gump one of the 150 best movies of all time. So I want to thank you for joining me on this journey in the footsteps of one of Hollywood's most beloved characters. With Aaron Benally for NAZ Today, I'm